Hello, today I will show you how to solve limits algebraically and derivatives by definition of tangent. In order to solve a limit of algebraically, you first need to apply the direct substitution. This means that the x equals 2. You need to change every x to a 2. In this case, you have a 6 minus 5, there will be 1. So the limit of x of 2, when x approaches 2, it's 1. If you substitute and it gives you 0 over any number, this will be 0. If it gives you 0, if it gives you a number over 0, it will be undefined, since you cannot find a number divided by 0. So in that case, you will need to make a table of values, in which this case you will need to put the x in the middle, and then add numbers in between, like far enough and short numbers of the x, the limit, and then it will be giving you numbers where the x approaches the number, in this case 5. So the numbers that are small and the numbers that are a little bit bigger are the numbers that are getting closer to the limit. If there's a case where you get 0 over 0, you will need to factorize, rationalize, or simply just simplify to the form where you will need to get like a number where you can replace, and it doesn't give you, and it gives you a specific number. In order to do the derivatives by definition of a tangent, you will need to have a formula. This formula is limit x of a, f a plus h minus fa divided by h. Meaning that if you have this formula, they give you f of x equals 3x2 minus 5x plus 4. In the formula, you will first need to substitute every x by x plus h. In this case, you will get this number. But the formula also gives you minus the f of x. So you need to do replacement, every x replaced by x plus h, then minus the formula f of x. Then you will need to simplify. But at the end of the answer, you will need to have everything at least with an h, so you can simplify and cross out the h's. If you don't get h in every answer, you did something wrong, so you need to go back and check your work. But at the time when you get like an h, since the formula of tangent says limit h equals 0, you will need to take out the h, because in this case 3 times 0 will be 0. In every answer you did something wrong, so you need to go back and check your work. But at the time when you get like an h, since the formula of tangent says limit h equals 0, you will need to take out the h, because in this case 3 times 0 will be 0. It will be 6x minus 5, and that will be the derivative of the function, the rate of change of the function that we're looking for.
We're going to be solving this algebraically. First step is to substitute x with this. So this will give us over 2, which is indeterminate. This means that it will have a hole. So now we have to factor this to get an answer. Also the denominator. You cancel like terms. And now you have to substitute.
Hi, in this problem we're going to try and solve 2 over 1 minus 3x. First of all, we need the function of x, which is this exact formula, and then we also need the function of x plus h, which is basically the same, but instead of an x, we're going to replace it with an x plus h. Now, once you get both of these functions, now we want to get the function to get the f prime of x. The formula for this is function of x plus h, we get it right here, minus function of x over h. Now we're going to replace. We first put the function of x plus h, which is 2 over 1 minus 3x minus 3h, since we multiply the negative 3 with the x and with the h. This minus our function of x, which is 2 over 1 minus 3x. All of this over h. Now, once we get here, we need to cross multiply for us to get the same denominator. So 1 minus 3x times 2, which we get it right here, minus 2 times 1 minus 3x minus 3h. And now on the denominator we are going to combine these two. So we are going to get in the denominator 1 minus 3x minus 3h, and in open other parentheses 1 minus 3x over h. Now once we get here, we're going to multiply the 2 with everything in the function, so we're going to have 2 minus 6x minus, and then we multiply this 2 with the 1, plus 6x plus 6h. After this, we're going to get all of this, but we'll want to cancel out the common factors that are 2 minus 2, which will give us 0, so we cancel them out. Negative 6 plus 6x, we're going to cancel them out, and we're going to be left alone with the 6h. The 6h will have the same denominator, which is 1 minus 3x minus 3h and 1 minus 3x, and all of this over h over 1. Now that we have this left out, we're going to make that tortilla method, which is multiply the one at the very bottom with the one at the very top, which is 1 times 6h. That'll be our numerator. Then we're going to multiply this h with our denominator, which will left us with here an h, and then 1 minus 3x minus 3h, and in other parentheses 1 minus 3x. Once we're going to get here, we're going to cancel out the 6h with the h that we left outside in here, so we're going to be left alone with the 6h. Oh, here I made a mistake, sorry. We'll have an h here and another h over here, and we're going to cancel them out since it is multiplying, as well as this one in the bottom. So we're going to be left alone with a 6 in the numerator, and in here we're going to, as this h approaches 0, we're going to substitute this h with a 0. So negative 3 times 0 will give us 0. So we can just cancel it out. We're going to be left alone with 1 minus 3x in one parenthesis, and in the other parenthesis as well 1 minus 3x. This will give us 6 over 1 minus 3x, and in the other parenthesis as well. So if we simplify this, we'll get out with the answer, which is again 6 over 1 negative 3x squared, which it will be our answer. The f prime of x as h approaches 0 is 6 over 1 minus 3x squared.